Yep. Hello, everyone. Is my voice audible, guys? Okay. So today, we are going to understand about Git and GitHub, guys. We are going to understand about Git and GitHub. Remember, guys, Git and GitHub is very vast subject, guys. There are so many concepts that we have to learn in Git and GitHub. Okay, it's a vast syllabus. So to understand Git and GitHub, we will divide this into a series. Okay, we will consider this as a Git and GitHub series. In this series, I will take totally 5 sessions, and all these 5 sessions are free. Okay, so completely free, and I will upload this video on our YouTube channel as well. So that after this session, if you want to go through again this video, you can go through. Plus, I will provide you the notes. Okay, so already I have created the notes. So let me show you the notes of Git and GitHub as well. So here I have created these notes, guys. So at the end of this session, I will provide you these notes also. So whatever content I'm going to cover, entire notes is present. So like this, for every session, I will provide you one notes so that you need not to worry to write your own notes. You just focus on the session so that you guys can learn everything. Okay. So let's come back here. As I have mentioned, I will take minimum 5 sessions, and I will be mentioning the dates and time in our WhatsApp group whenever I will take that session. Okay. So within next week, like by next Sunday, we will try to finish our GitHub series. Now in today's session, let's start understanding what is Git. What is Git? So Git and GitHub are two different things, guys. They are not same, okay? Git and GitHub are not same. They are two different things. So first we need to understand what is Git. And then once you understand everything about Git, then we will move towards GitHub. We will move towards GitHub. Okay. So first let's understand what is Git. So before I explain what is Git, anybody of you know, like anyone have any kind of knowledge on Git? What is Git or how you will define the Git? Okay. So let me explain, guys, what is Git. Basically, Git is called version control system. What is Git means? Git is a version control system. So we have to remember this term. Version control system. Now, what is version control system? What is this version control system? Version control system, in short, we can call it as a VCS. VCS is nothing but a shortcut of version control system. Version control system is a software application. It is a software application. How we create our web applications, we create desktop applications, we create mobile applications in the same way. VCS is also a software application which is used to manage the changes we do across the file, across a file. What is VCS? VCS is a software application. It is a software application which manages changes we do across the file. Changes we do across a file, It means whatever file you will create, let's assume that you created the file. After creating file, let's assume that you have written some code or some content in this file, like you have written line 1, line 2, line 3, and then you closed this file. After 1 hour, again you opened this file and you have written the line number 4, line number 5, line number 6. Then after 2 days, again you opened this file and again you have written some code. Something like line number 7, line number 8, line number 9. After 10 days, let's assume that again you have opened this file and you removed line number 3, you removed line number 9, and you have added new lines here. You have added new lines here. So how many times you have done the changes? 4 times you have done the changes. First time, you have added 3 lines. Second time, you have added around again 3 lines. Third time, you have added more 3 lines. Fourth time, now you have removed few lines, and added new lines. Like this, you have done some changes in your file over the time. Now, suddenly one day, you wanted to analyze on the third time, what changes you have done. Or maybe on the final time, what are the lines you removed, what are the lines you have added. Like this, you want to analyze it. In that case, if you have less content, then you will be able to identify it. What changes you have done, when you have done, you will be able to identify it. But if your file contains lot of content, and if you do lot of random changes in that file, then it will be very difficult for us to identify what changes we have done, when we have done, and where we have done. So it will become very difficult for us to manually remember what changes we have done, when we have done, where we have done. So to manage this thing, we are going to take the help of Git. To manage all this, we are going to take the help of Git. So to Git, we are going to tell, hey Git, you track my file. You keep a track on my file. Whatever changes I do, whenever I do any changes, wherever I do any changes, you track my file. So we are going to tell to the Git, hey Git, I have created one file. In this file, I am going to do a lot of changes over my time. So what you have to do, you have to track my file. You have to remember what changes I have done, where I have done, when I have done. Like this, we are going to say to the Git. Now what Git will do, it will keep a track, it will keep an eye on your file. It will keep track on your file. It will just remember whenever you do some changes, where you have done that changes, when you have done that changes, who did that changes, everything Git is going to remember. This is what we are going to call as a tracking the changes. Tracking and managing the changes over the file. This is the meaning. So manually we can do, but as a human, it is not possible for us to remember every change. If you do 100 times some changes in this file, as a human, can we remember what changes we have done 100 times? When we have done, where we have done? Manually, it is very difficult for us to identify this and remember this. That is the reason we are going to take the help of software now. And that software is your Git. So any software which tracks a file and which identifies what changes are done, when are done, and who is doing that changes, when he is doing that changes, if any software is able to remember such kind of things, such softwares are called version control system. And Git is one of the version control system. Understood, guys? What is Git and what is the purpose of Git? So in short, or we can say that Git is version control system which manages the changes over the file. in bracket, it tracks the file. It tracks the file. Let me know, guys, whether you have understood the concept of Git or not. Okay, let me just check if I can raise poll so that it will be easy for me and easy for you guys to answer. Okay, I will just add here something called concept and one question in that. Did you understand? Options, yes, no. So, okay, I'm just launching the poll, guys. Let me know. Did you understand what is Git? What is the purpose of Git? Okay, so what is Git? Git is a version control system. Version control system is nothing but it is just one software application which is used to manage the changes we do across a file. What is the meaning of that? Let's assume that you created one file and in this file you are doing lot of changes over the time. Now you have to remember what changes you have done over the time. So here I have taken one scenario. Let's assume that we have done 4 changes in our file. Now suddenly one day we want to know on third change what I have done. On fourth change, which lines I removed, where I have removed. So all that I want to remember. So as a human, if you have only few lines, you can remember. But if your file contains many lines, like 1,000 lines, lakhs lines, then it is difficult for us to remember those. That is the reason we are going to take the help of Git. So Git, we are going to say Git, a Git, you track my file. So you remember all the changes, what I have done, where I have done, when I have done. That's it. Now, whenever we want to know on this day what change we have done, we will ask Git, hey Git, on the third day, what changes I have done? Can you tell me? Git will tell us what changes we have done. That is what the meaning of tracking and managing the changes over the file. Okay, guys. Yeah, let me know whether you have understood or not. So I got almost 10 and all are yes. So try to reply everyone, guys, so that it will be easy for me. Okay, so 100% everyone understood it. Yes. Now, what we have to do, we have to learn how to tell to the Git to track our changes. So what we have to learn, how to tell the Git to track our changes. How Git is going to manage it. How Git is going to manage it. Okay. So this both the point what I will do. First, I will explain in theoretical way. Okay, in very general way, so that you will understand the concept. And then same thing we will try to implement in a practical way. Same thing we will try to implement in a practical way. Okay. So before we start with this concept, the first thing is we have to install Git bash in our system, guys. If you want to work with Git, you have to install Git bash in your system. So Git bash is a software which will provide us a interface where we can add our Git commands, where we can instruct what Git should do. So if you install this Git bash, internally, two things will be installed. The first, Git will be installed in your system. Git software will be installed in your system. Plus one interface will be installed in your system, which we call as a Git bash. One interface will be installed in your system. So how to install Git bash? It's very simple. Go to your browser and here simply search for Git download. Just search for Git download. Now, when you search for Git download, the first link you will get here, git-scm.com. This is the website. Just click on this. Now you will land on their downloads page. Now, based on your operating system, it will suggest you the download option. So here, if you see, it is suggesting your download option in that TV image. Now here, just click on this download for Windows. Now I am using Windows, so I will get the Windows. If you are using Linux, you will get the Linux. If you are using Mac, you will get the Mac. So just click on that download. Now it will come to here. Now I am using here 64-bit, so I will just click on this link. So it will download that setup file for me. So it is downloading that setup file for me. So if you are using Mac or Linux, you will get here all the instructions, how to install it. Just follow that instructions. It will install. Right now I'm using Windows, so I can explain you only about Windows, guys. So now once it is installed, just open that file. So once it is downloaded, open that file. Once you open that file, one interface will come. So what you guys have to do now here, you have to just click on this next button. Click on next button again. 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 Only just go with the flow. Click on next, next, next till you get that install. Once you get install button, click on install. That's it. It will take some time to install Git in your system. Less than 1 minute it will take. So once you downloaded .exe file, open that file. Then you will get one pop-up. Click on the next button. Click on the next button till you get that install button. No need to do any kind of extra configuration. Just go with the default configurations. Once Git is installed, you will see that one icon on your desktop. This Git bash icon you should be able to see on your desktop. The moment you find this icon on your desktop, it means successfully you have installed Git and Git bash in your system. A very simple process. How we install a normal software's applications, in the same way you have to install your Git bash. Understood, guys, how to install Git bash? Is it clear for everyone? Yeah, let me know on the chat, guys. Is it clear or not? Understood how to install Git bash? Okay. Yeah. Now let's come back, guys, here. Now let's understand how Git works. Let's understand how Git works. Okay. Let's assume that you are a dev. You are a dev. Nothing but you are a developer. You created one file. You created one file. Now you want someone should track this file, because as a human, as a developer, you cannot manage. You cannot manage. So we required someone who can track this file. And that someone is Git. That someone is Git. So we have here Git now. We have here Git. Now, as a developer, you will tell to Git. As a developer, you will tell to Git, hey Git, you manage my file. You manage my file. You keep a track on this file. You keep a track on this file. So as a developer, you have to tell to Git, hey Git, you track this file. Now Git will say, okay. Now, as a developer, first time, you will do some changes in the file. let's assume that you are adding some content, line number 1, line number 2. Now you want to close this file. Now, whenever you are going to close this file, what your Git is going to say? Git is going to ask to a developer, do you want me to remember these changes? Do you want me to remember this time also when you done these changes? Do you want me to remember this date also? Now, as a developer, you have to say Git, hey Git, I have done some changes in my file. Now, whatever changes I have done, you remember it. So what Git will do? Git will take the snapshot of this current file. Git will take the snapshot. Okay, let's assume that this is a snapshot. Snapshot means current changes, what you have done at this time, how your file looks at this time. That is called snapshot. That is called snapshot. Snapshot is nothing but a copy of your file at certain moment. A copy of your file at certain moment. At this moment, it will copy your file and it will store somewhere. And to this copy, it will assign one ID. It will assign one ID. Now, after some time, or maybe after 2 days, you again open this file and you done some changes. So you have kept 1, 2 line like that only, and 3 and 4 line you have added. Now, after doing changes, you will tell to Git, hey Git, now I have done my changes in my file. Now remember these changes. Remember the date, remember the time. Now what Git will do? Git will take one more snapshot of current file. It will take one more snapshot. And it will assign some ID to it. Some unique ID it will assign. Snapshot means the current copy of the file at this moment. At this moment, this file contains 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. You done. Your work is done. After 2 hours, again you open this file. Now let's assume that in this file, you removed this line number 4. You removed this line number 1. And instead of that, you added some other content. You added some other content like this A and B. Now again you will tell to Git, hey Git, now remember these changes, whatever I have done. What Git will do? Again it will take this snapshot. It will take this snapshot. It will take this snapshot. And remember, assign some ID to it. ID to it. Now all these snapshots, it will maintain internally in one folder. It will maintain all these snapshots in a folder. And that folder we are going to call as a repository. That folder we are going to call as a repository. So it will maintain all your changes. All your changes. Now, at certain moment as a developer, okay, let's assume that you are a developer now. You done some changes, your work is done. You are a developer and you have Git now. You have Git now. Now suddenly you want to identify what changes you done at second time. So you will ask Git, hey Git, tell me that second time what changes I have done. So as a if you remember, whenever it is taking snapshots, your Git is assigning some ID to it. ID 1, ID 2, ID 3. So now as a developer, what you will do, you will give that ID to Git. Hey Git, give me that second changes. Means you will give the ID to. You will give that ID to Git and you will ask, at this ID to whatever snapshot you have, give me that snapshot. So what Git will do? It will go to its repository. It will copy that snapshot and it will give you. Now, suddenly you will see that, yes, on that ID to second time, whatever changes you have done, it will be visible to you. Now, suddenly, suppose you told Git, I don't want this. I want first one. In the first time, what changes I have done. So how to tell to the Git? As a developer, again, you will give that ID one and you will ask what changes I have done at this ID one. Can you tell me? Now, based on this ID one, your Git will check where is ID one. This is the ID one. So it will take that snapshot, nothing but it will copy that and it will give you. So that in this way, you will be able to get what changes you have done at certain time. In this way, you will be able to track what changes you have done. You will be able to check, acha, at this moment, I have added this 2 line. At this moment, I removed this line. I have added another line. This is how your Git is going to manage the things. So what Git is going to do, it is going to store snapshots. Okay, remember these terms, guys. We call it as a snapshot. Snapshot. Understood, guys? What is a snapshot and how one ID will be assigned? Practically, we will see all this. Practically, I will explain you everything step by step. Right now, just let me know whether you have understood this theoretical way of understanding Git or not. How it is managing those changes. Okay, again, I am raising the poll, guys. Let me know whether you have understood or not. So if you did not understand, I will try to explain in some other way. Okay, nice. So again, I got the 100% results, but 8 members only replied, guys. What about other? Try to reply. If you don't understand, directly say, no, sir, I did not understand. Just check that no checkbox or radio button. Okay. Okay. Now let's understand practically how to do. So first, the first step number 1. Create one folder. Create a folder. Create a folder in any drive. In any drive. So let's create one folder. Let me go to some drive. So I will go to E drive and here I will create one folder. I will say Git demo or Git session 1, I will say. Some folder I am creating. So first step is create one folder. Now in this folder, create one file. Inside the folder, create one file. So let me create one file. So I am creating normal text file. So I will say file 1. In this file, I will add the content. I will add some content. So I am saying I am first line. I have added some content. That's it. Only one line I have added. I have closed my file. So what I have done here, step 1, create a folder in any drive and file. So create a folder in any drive and file. Second step, step 2, add the content in the file. Add the content in the file and save it. Save it. That's it. So as a developer, you have created a file now. So as a developer, you have created the file. Okay, I'm going very slow, guys, so that you can understand easily the concepts. Now you have to tell to Git. Now you have a Git. You have a Git. Now you have to tell a Git, hey Git, you track this file. But instead of telling directly track a file, what we will do, first we will tell to the Git, you track my folder, because this file is created in one folder, right? We created inside one folder. So we will tell to this Git first, hey Git, you first track my folder. First you track my folder, not file. First you track my folder. How to tell? For that, there is a command. There is a command called git init. There is a command called git init. If you execute this command, it means you are telling to Git, you track this folder. You track this folder. So step 3 is tell Git to track your folder. Tell Git to track the folder. How to tell? For that, we have to use this command, git init. How to use this command? Go to your drive, go to your folder. Now this is our folder. Select this folder, right click on it, go to show more option and click on open git bash. Nothing but you open that folder in the git bash. Open that folder in the git bash. Now here you have to say, hey Git, track my folder called git-s01. How to tell? Git space init. The moment you get this message, initialized empty Git repository, this is the meaning of tracking the folder. This is the meaning of tracking the folder. Okay, in very depth, we are going to learn, guys, step by step, I'm going to teach. So this is Git and GitHub series. It means everything we will not learn in one session, because it is not possible also. Because there are so many things we have to learn about Git. Branches, conflicts, merges, push, pull. So many things are there. So step by step we are going. So now we are telling to the Git, you track my changes. Then step 4. Step 4. Now in that folder, we have a file. Now we have to tell to Git, hey Git, now you are tracking this folder, I know. But now inside this folder, I created a file. You track that file also. You track this file also now. How to tell to the Git, you track my file? For that, we have to use one more command. So step 4 is tell Git to track folder. Track folder inside the, track file, not folder, track file inside the folder which you are tracking, Already your Git is tracking your folder. Now you have to track the file. Track the file in that folder. How to tell? For that, you have to use one command, and that command is git add your file name. Git add your file. See here, go to git bash, and here you have to use git add your file name, file-1.txt. That's it. If you don't get any issue here, that. So this is how we are going to tell to the Git, track our file. Track our file. Now what Git is doing, we wanted to know at this moment what Git is doing with our file and folder. If you want to know, for that we have a command called git status. We have a command called git status. So if you get here something called no commits yet, means Git is saying that I am tracking your file, but I did not take any snapshot. I'm not remembering what changes you are doing right now. I'm not saving it. I'm tracking your file. I'm keeping eye on your file. But do you want to remember me anything about your file at this moment? That you did not told me. That is what Git is trying to say. So at this moment, you told to Git, hey Git, you track my file. And in this file, you added 2 lines now. Sorry, 1 line we have added. Now we have to tell to the Git, hey Git, now remember this change. Take a snapshot of this change. At this moment, how my file looks. Remember that. Means we are going to say to Git, hey Git, take this snapshot. So Git will take this snapshot of the current file and it will save somewhere. How to tell to the Git, take the current snapshot of the file, means remember the current copy of your file. For that, we have to use step 5. Step 5. So in step 5, we will tell Git, take this snapshot, take this snapshot. Nothing but commit it, commit it. The meaning of committing is nothing but taking this snapshot. How to tell? For that, we have to use this command, git commit space -yum, and you have to give one message. You have to add one message. So I will say first change, some message. That's it. This is the command we have to use. Now go back here and just say git commit -yum in double quotes, whatever change message you want, means why you are saving this snapshot. That message we have to give. So whenever we read that message, you should be able to understand why you saved that snapshot, why you saved the copy of your file. So I'm saying first change, or you can say added line 1, enter. That's it. And here you will see that one ID is created. One ID will be created. So what your Git will do the moment you add this command, it will take this snapshot. It will take this snapshot and it will save somewhere and it will assign one ID to it. It will assign one ID to it. So ID 1 is assigned. So go back here and take the screenshot of this command and let me paste here. I will provide this paint file to you guys. Done. Now let's assume that after some time, again, we wanted to add some changes in that file. So here I will go open that file and I will add one more line here. I am second line, I will say. Now again, I have to tell to my Git, hey Git, you track these new changes also. You track these new changes also. How to tell to the Git? Again, the same command. Git add first. The moment you say git add and your file name, now what Git will do? Now you done some changes, right? You modified this file, right? Now that changes, it will try to track. It will try to track that changes. This changes you done, right? You have added new line. Now Git will track this change. Now it is keeping, it is tracking, it is remembering what changes you are doing now. Now you done. Now you have to tell. Now current copy, whatever current copy of my file is there, you save it as a snapshot. How to tell? Again, git commit -yum added second line. That's it. So what Git did after adding second line, you have added here second line now. Then you told track and take snapshot. Now Git is taking this snapshot. And assigning the ID. Assigning the ID. So Git done 2 changes. Now if you come back here, now if you want to check what are those IDs, so just say git log. Git log will list out all the IDs of your snapshots. How many snapshot Git has taken? What are the IDs of that? What is the message? When that snapshot has been taken? Who took? All that information it will give. See, the moments I say git log, it is saying who is the author, Kabir. What is the email ID? This person. When that changes are done on Sunday, April 13 at this time. What is that? Added second line. So this is the ID, guys. This is called ID, which I was speaking. This is also ID. This is our first commit. This is our second commit. If you see the time, here it was 9:43, 50 seconds. Here it is 9:45, 50 seconds. Now, what is the current status of your file? The current status of your file is 2 lines. Now, I want to go to this first change. At the first time, whenever snapshot has been taken, what is that? At that time, what lines I have added? I want to check. So what we will do for that? We can simply do like this. Git checkout, and we will add our ID. So this command is nothing but we are telling to Git, hey Git, show me that first snapshot. Right now, the current snapshot is this one. Current snapshot is this one. This is the current status of your file. 2 lines are visible. Now you want to tell to Git, hey Git, I want that first snapshot. How to tell? For that, we have to use this command. So step 6. Tell Git to give first snapshot. How to tell? For that, we have to use the command git checkout and commit ID. Commit ID. So if I go back here and if I run and if I go back to my file, you will see only one line. See, I did not remove, but one line is visible too. Suppose I want second line, I want second snapshot. I will copy this ID. Again, I will say git checkout, paste that ID. You are saying to Git, now show me second snapshot. Enter, go back here, you got second line. Means you are able to switch from one snapshot to one snapshot. So whenever you want what changes you have done, you will be able to find. This is how things are working. Understood, guys? Whatever theoretical part I have explained here, same thing I have explained with the practical way. We just learned 10% of Git right now. We just learned 10% of Git right now. So many things we have to learn. We want to check what are the differences between 2 snapshots. That also we can do. We can tell to Git, you compare my first and second snapshot and tell me what changes I have done. Whether I have added the line or whether I have removed the line or whether I have modified the line. You tell me. Git will tell you. That also we will see. Understood, guys, up to here, all these commands? So the first step is tell the Git to track your folder. Sorry, first step is create a folder, then create a file, add the content. Here, steps 3. Tell Git to track your folder. This is the command. Step 4. Tell to the Git, track the file in that folder. This is the command. Step 5. Tell the Git to take snapshot. Nothing but commit it. So whenever it takes snapshot, it will assign one ID. And if you want to list out all those IDs, then we have a command called git log. So what is the use of this command? To list out all commit IDs. Commit IDs. So you can remember this as a step 7 or step. I will add here step 7. Step 7. Let me know, guys, whether you have understood this practical way or not. So let me just raise this poll again. Relaunch. You can create any number of changes. You can create any number of repositories. Depends upon your memory, how much it can handle, how much your system can handle. Even if you delete your file from your folder using Git, you can retrieve it. Using Git, you can retrieve it. If I manually delete my folder from my folder, if I remove my file, then I can retrieve that file. Okay. So guys, one information I wanted to share. So as I have started GitHub series for 5 days, in the same way, I am starting one project batch, guys. I'm starting one project batch on Mern stack. In that project batch, I'm going to give training on React. I'm going to give you training on Node, Express, and MongoDB. Apart from that, we are going to build 2 applications. One is chat application, completely from scratch. The way I explain, you know, completely I'm going to explain chat application and food delivery app. Initially, I thought e-commerce, but I'm changing it to food delivery app like Swiggy, like Zomato. Chat application like WhatsApp. Right now, one project batch is going on. Let me show the output. Still, we are working on that. We did not finish, but I can show you at least what we have done till now. So at one of the platform, I am developing that project, guys. And since 1 month, we are working on that. And that is chat application, actually. So this is the application we are developing right now. So still we just finished 50% of this application development. So here I have explained everything, how to add icons, how to create header, how to create these layouts, which looks very similar to our WhatsApp. And for this front end, we are creating, back end, we are creating using Node Express, and database we are managing using MongoDB. Everything we are doing from scratch, from A to Z, every code will be in front of you. There will be no predefined code to you. Everything will be written in front of you with explanation, with lot of diagrams. So if I show you diagrams, how I draw and explain the things. So here somewhere we should have that paint file. So like this, I draw each and everything and I explain how to do, how to create. So we are working in that way. So how to create layouts. And this entire project information, I have documented what we are going to do. So if I just go back here and if I show you the documentation, this PDFs I will share. So for example, food delivery app. So what we are going to do, what we are building, what features we are going to develop, front end, back end, your admin panel, key features, and by the end of the project, what we are going to do. In the same way, for chat application also, I created that PDF. So what we are going to build? In chat application, we are going to build user authentication, sign-ins, sign up, real-time messaging, sending emojis, sending messages, profile management, where we can update our details like profile picture, names, email ID. We can do user search. All those things I have added here. So I will share this documents with you. Just have a look on that. Okay. So now again, this is not a free course, guys, because I have to work for that. So this I am charging like 5K for it. And one important thing, guys, no certificate for this because I just doing these things only for giving the knowledge. So if you are interested just to learn all these things, then I will just release one form. And in that form, you can just fill your details. And right now I am thinking that this sessions to keep from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. from Tuesday to Friday. Every Tuesday to Friday, there will be live session from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you are interested, then you can fill this form. If you are not, just ignore, learn GitHub series and have a knowledge on it. Now, when we have next GitHub series, I will just let you know in the group, guys. So maximum, I will take next GitHub series on Tuesday. Tuesday, we will have next session. We will continue today's session. Then I will take one more session on Thursday. Then Friday. And sorry, not Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So this is how we are going to finish our GitHub series. So I have given the form. If you are interested, fill it. If you are not interested, ignore that. Just learn this GitHub series. So next session, guys, next session will be on Tuesday, and we will continue this. So after this session, I will release this paint file and I will release that GitHub notes also on our WhatsApp, I hope everybody is added in your WhatsApp. Everybody is added in our WhatsApp community. If you are not added, let me know. Okay, just let me know on the chat. If you are available in the WhatsApp community, I'm just going to push this paint file and GitHub PDF right after the class, So within 5 minutes, you should be able to receive paint file also. You should be able to receive GitHub, that PDF also. Plus, I will release that chat application food delivery PDFs also. Just have a look on that. Yeah. So that's all, guys, for today's session. Our next session will be on Tuesday. Okay. And this sessions, Thursday session, I will try to take from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. or else I will try to take in the morning. I will let you know the timing, guys. Okay. By Monday, I will let you know the time. So at that time, you guys can join. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to add on the chat, guys. Raj, can you just send me your number? I will add it. Chandra Bose, you can also send me. Just give me your numbers, guys. Just ping your numbers on the chat. I will add it. Yes, I will upload recording, guys. I will upload this recording. Which recording? GitHub recording. Okay, not project recording. Project recording will be only for those guys who will enroll. Okay. So the people who are not added in WhatsApp community, just ping your numbers. I will add it. Yeah, I will try to conduct, guys, because of my hectic work schedule. I'm not able to conduct these sessions on regular times because I was working on these projects. I was building that projects. That's why I was not getting the time. But once I start a project batch, that will be regular because it will be paid, right? And free sessions, I will be keep continuing on Saturdays and Sundays. So we will do a lot of workshops on different topics. Next workshop will be on Netlify landing page. So how to, not Netlify, Netflix landing page. I wanted to do one landing page on Netlify also. We have a website called Netlify. On that also I wanted to do. So I'm just thinking whether we should go with Netlify or Netflix. So that landing page, their website's landing page, I want to develop. So after GitHub series, I will start that series. Okay, again, it will also take 3-4 sessions. Okay, instead of taking 3-4 hours continuously, I like to divide our sessions in 1 hour because I know our capacity, right? We can just learn the things till 1 hour. After 1 hour, things will go beyond our mind. Okay, guys. So let's meet on Tuesday and let's continue the next part of our GitHub series.